Hello, good morning students. How are you? I think you are quite well and you are studying intensive and extensive study. Today I will discuss moment of inertia, values of moment of inertia of a rigid body are object of different shapes. The derivation of these topics are not included in your syllabus. Now first we will discuss thin rod of length L passing through its center and perpendicular to the length. Thin rod of length L passing through center and perpendicular to length. Then moment of inertia of thin rod of length L is equal to I is equal to ml square upon 12. Second, thin rod of length L passing through one end and perpendicular to its length. Then moment of inertia of thin rod of length L passing through one end and perpendicular to its length. Its moment of inertia will be I is equal to ml square upon 3. Now, third, circular ring of radius r. A circular ring whose radius is capital R, passing through its center and perpendicular to its plane. Passing through the center and perpendicular to its plane, its moment of inertia will be I is equal to mr square. Second case, circular ring of radius r passing through its diameter. This is the first case. This is second one. Passing through its diameter, its moment of inertia will be I is equal to mr square upon 2. And in third case, circular ring of radius r tangent parallel to the diameter. This is the tangent, a line. What is tangent? A line which touches the circle at only one point. Therefore, circular ring of radius r tangent parallel to diameter. Its moment of inertia I is equal to 3 upon 2 mr square. Fourth case, circular disc of radius r passing through its center and perpendicular to its plane. Its moment of inertia is I is equal to half mr square. And second case, circular disc of radius r, axis of rotation is its diameter. Its moment of inertia I is equal to 1 upon 4 mr square. And third, tangent parallel to the diameter. Its moment of inertia I is equal to 5 upon 4 mr square. Now, we will take solid cylinder of radius r and length L. Its axis of rotation passing through its axis. Its moment of inertia I is equal to half mr square. And second case, in solid cylinder passing through its center and perpendicular to its axis. Its moment of inertia I is equal to m upon 4 in bracket r square plus l square upon 3. Now, next case, hollow sphere of radius r and its axis of rotation passing through the diameter. Its moment of inertia. Hollow cylinder of radius r, axis of rotation is passing through its diameter, and its moment of inertia I is equal to 2 upon 3 mr square. And next, solid sphere of radius r, solid sphere of radius r, axis of rotation passing through the diameter, and its moment of inertia I is equal to 2/5 mr square. And next, rectangular body, axis of rotation passing through its center and perpendicular to its plane, passing through its center and perpendicular to its plane, its moment of inertia I is equal to 1/12 m in bracket a square plus b square. Now you have to learn moment of inertia of these bodies, and its derivation is not in your syllabus. Now we will discuss next topic. Our next topic is what is relation between torque and moment of inertia. 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 Consider a rigid body. Consider a rigid body is rotating about a fixed axis with, first we draw the diagram. Suppose consider a rigid body. Here mass is m1 and its distance is r1, and next mass is m2 and its distance is r2, mass is m3 and its distance is r3. Consider a rigid body rotating about a fixed axis with, consider a rigid body is rotating about a fixed axis with uniform angular acceleration alpha, with uniform angular acceleration alpha under the action of torque. Consider a rigid body is rotating about a fixed axis with uniform angular acceleration alpha under the action of torque. Let body consist of n particles whose masses are m1, m2, m3 dash dash mn, and their distances are r1, r2, r3 dash dash rn from the axis of rotation. Now, as body is rigid, as body is the rigid, so their angular acceleration alpha of all the particles of the body will same. As body is the rigid, so angular acceleration alpha of all the particles is same. However, their linear acceleration are different because of different distances of the body, because of the different distances of the body from the axis of rotation. Let a1, a2, a3 dash dash an are their linear acceleration of the particle. Then a1 is equal to r1 alpha, a2 is equal to r2 alpha, a3 is equal to r3 alpha dash dash an equal to Rm alpha. Then force acting on the first particle. Force acting on the first particle. Force acting on the first particle. F1 equal to M1 A1, that is M1 R1 alpha. Force now torque acting on the first particle, tau is equal to F1 into R1. Torque acting on first particle, tau 1 is equal to F1 into R1, that is M1 R1 square alpha. Similarly, torque acting on the second particle. Similarly, torque acting on the second particle, tau 2. Similarly, tau 2 is equal to F2 into R2, that is M2 R2 square alpha. And torque acting on the nth particle, tau n is equal to Fn Rn, that is Mn Rn square alpha. Now total torque acting on the rigid body, total torque acting on rigid body, tau is equal to tau 1 plus tau 2 plus dash dash tau n, that is tau is equal to M1 R1 square alpha plus M2 R2 square alpha plus Mn Rn square alpha. Now we will take common alpha here. Then tau is equal to alpha M1 R1 square plus M2 R2 square plus Mn Rn square, that is tau is equal to alpha sigma mr square, and sigma mr square you know is equal to I, moment of inertia, that is tau is equal to I into alpha. Tau is equal to I into alpha. Torque is equal to moment of inertia into angular acceleration. Torque is equal to moment of inertia into angular acceleration. Now, if alpha is equal to, we take alpha is equal to 1. Alpha is equal to 1. Then tau is equal to I. Moment of inertia of a rigid body about axis of rotation is numeric. Moment of inertia of a rigid body about the axis of rotation is numerically equal to external torque required to produce unit angular acceleration in the body. moment of inertia of a rigid body about the axis of rotation is numerically equal to external torque required to produce unit angular acceleration. Now we will discuss relation between moment of inertia and angular momentum. Our next topic is relation between moment of inertia and angular momentum. Relation between moment of inertia and angular momentum. What? Relation between moment of inertia and angular momentum. Now consider a rigid body. Consider a rigid body rotating about a fixed axis with uniform angular velocity omega. Consider a rigid body is rotating about a fixed axis with uniform angular velocity omega. Let body consist of n particles whose masses are m1, m2, m3 dash dash mn and their distances from the axis of rotation is r1, r2, r3 dash dash rn. From the axis of rotation, the angular velocity of all particles is same, but their linear velocities, angular velocity of all the particles are same, but their linear velocities are different and are given by v1 is equal to r1 omega, v2 is equal to r2 omega, similarly vn is equal to rn omega. Now linear momentum of the first particle, linear momentum of the first particle, linear momentum of first particle P1 is equal to m1 v1, that is m1 r1 omega. Similarly linear momentum of now angular momentum of the first particle, angular momentum of first particle, angular momentum of first particle L1 is equal to angular momentum P1 into R1. Value of P1 is m1 R1 omega. Therefore L1 is equal to m1 R1 square omega. Similarly linear momentum of second particle, similarly linear momentum of second particle m2 r2 square omega, and linear momentum of nth particle nn is equal to mn rn square omega. Now we know angular momentum of a rigid body about the axis, angular momentum of a rigid body about the axis is equal to the sum of the angular momentum of all particles about that axis. Angular momentum of a rigid body about an axis is equal to the sum of the angular momentum of the particles about that axis, that is L is equal to L1 plus L2 plus L3. L m1 r1 square omega plus m2 r2 square omega plus m3 r3 square omega plus mn rn square omega. Now we take common omega. We will take common omega from it. Then L is equal to omega m1 r1 square plus m2 r2 square plus mn rn square, and this is equal to I. This is equal to I, moment of inertia, that is L is equal to omega sigma mr square, since sigma mr square is equal to I, therefore L is equal to I omega. L is equal to I into omega. This is the relation between, we can say, angular momentum is equal to moment of inertia into angular velocity. Angular momentum is equal to moment of inertia into angular velocity. Now if omega is equal to 1, then L is equal to I. Moment of inertia of a rigid body about an axis. Moment of inertia of a rigid body about an axis is numerically equal to the angular momentum. Is numerically equal to the angular momentum of rigid body when rotating with unit angular velocity about that axis. Angular moment of inertia of a rigid body about an axis is numerically equal to angular momentum of that body when it is rotating with unit angular velocity about that axis. Now we will solve some numerical problem based on angular momentum. Our first numerical is a torque 2 into 10 power minus 4 Newton meter. Torque 2 into 10 power minus 4 Newton meter is applied to produce angular acceleration of 4 radian per second square. Angular acceleration alpha 4 radian per second square. What is moment of inertia of the body? What is the moment of inertia of the body? You have to find I. We know tau is equal to I into alpha. Then I is equal to tau upon alpha. Tau 2 into 10 power minus 4 upon alpha 4, that is 0.5 into 10 power minus 4 kilogram meter square. Kilogram meter square. Now we will discuss next question. Question number 4. Our next question is, a grind stone has moment of inertia 6 kilogram meter square. Grind stone has moment of inertia 6 kilogram meter square. A constant torque is applied and grind stone found to have speed of 150 round per minute. Nu is equal to 150 round per minute, that is 150 upon 60 round per second, that is 5/2 round per second. 10 seconds after starting from the rest. 10 seconds starting from the rest. Time given 10 seconds. 10 seconds starting from rest. Calculate torque. You have to calculate torque. Now we will find omega is equal to 2 pi nu, that is 2 pi into 5/2, that is 5 pi. Now you have to calculate torque. We know from first equation of rotational motion, omega is equal to omega 0 plus alpha t, or omega minus omega 0 is equal to alpha t. Alpha is equal to omega minus omega 0 upon t. Then alpha omega 5 pi minus omega 0 upon t 10, that is pi upon 2. Now torque tau is equal to I into alpha. Tau is equal to I 6 alpha pi/2, that is 3 pi. 3 pi Newton meter. Thank you.